I'm here to discuss with you guys a work at home opportunity with Alorica at home. I'm not a recruiter. I'm not affiliated with recruiting or bringing anyone in. I don't get any compensation for telling you guys to come. This is strictly personal. Um, the review is for Alorica at home. It was West at home. Now it's Alorica at home. Um, they're a pretty good company. I have to say it is legit. I'm a single mom. I have 3 kids, so this is something that I'm actually doing. So I mean, this is not just for endorsement for Alorica or anything. Um, Alorica at Home is the website. I believe it's aloricaathome.com. Um, Okay, so when you apply, you go to the website, you apply like any other job, you fill out the character test, your jobs, previous jobs, how many words you type a minute, and you're approved after that point. Once you're approved, they'll send you an email, letting you know, hi, we approved your application. Now we need you to start the hiring process. I did have to pay a background check. I don't remember how much I paid. It wasn't an excessive amount of money, but I did have to pay for my own background check. I did have to drive for a drug test. I don't know if all the campaigns do drug tests, but they found a local testing center around me in my state for me to go and get a drug test. And I had to fill out the I-9 in front of a notary. Um, I think the I-9 was the only difficult process or part of the process that I had. Yeah, I went to a bank here and, she didn't know, like, why am I doing this for you? And, on the paper, it doesn't say, notary sign here. It says, like, representative or it's something of that nature. But I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, and I did end up getting it signed and, approved. But I'm going to say that was probably the only trouble that I ran into. This company has been really great. Um, when I put on my application, when I filled the application out, I did fill it out for full time, but I did, I had some life situations, and they allowed me to just accept a part time position, and it's pretty good. So once you get done with the application process, what they'll do is they'll start sending you emails saying, hey, and I can't say anything specifically, but they might say, hey, this furniture company that we have a contract with, we need someone to come on for this furniture company. Um, Customer service, it may be customer service, sales, upselling, down, just outgoing calls, incoming calls. It just depends. But what they do is they send an email that explains everything about the contract that they're hiring for at the moment. You don't have to accept the position. It's just letting you know this is an availability. If you're available, if this is something you're interested in, please respond back and we can help you get onto the campaign. So what happens is in the email, it'll say, this furniture company is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we'll need you to be available between those hours. They're closed on the weekends. Your mandatory work days or Monday, Tuesday, and we need you to pick up at least 18 hours weekly. Those are the stipulations for accepting this job. So you can say, hey, that's good. I need those hours. I don't care what it is. I accept it. You can say, oh no, I can't. I can't do it. I don't want to end up getting a 6 in the morning shift. That's too early for me. Or you can say, no, I only want to work weekends. I can't accept that. You just bypass that email, and when they have another position available or another campaign that's hiring, they'll send you another one. Hey, this cable company is hiring. We need representatives. They're open from 7 in the morning to 4 in the evening. They're closed on weekends or they're open on weekends. So it's kind of self-explanatory once you start getting the emails. I did have to take a drug test, and I did have to pay for my own background check. Um, the drug test, they found a testing center in my area, and I just had to drive and get it. I didn't have to pay for the drug test. I don't think all the campaigns require a drug test. And I did have to pay for the background check. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but I did have to pay it before I could officially accept the position. What I personally did was I didn't fill out any of the paperwork as far as the I-9, the drug test, or the background check until I accepted the job, because I didn't want to be running around like with a chicken with my head cut off, and I didn't even know if they were hiring at the time. So, I mean, I don't know if their process has changed. It's been a minute. I don't know if you have to fill out that paperwork before they start sending you job opportunities, but it definitely has to be done before you are given a date of training and before you attend training. Um, One thing I did, I was late. Excuse me, I was late getting my background check in. I think I sent it in at like 4:30 p.m. on a Friday, and that training class had been full. You know, I'm pretty sure everyone was trying to rush and get their stuff done. But I was just placed in the training class the next Monday, which was not a problem for me. I was being slow about getting the background check and everything sent back. Or was it the drug test? It was the drug test. I had to scan it and send it back. Um, so yes, once I got started, we did training. I was at home during the training. It was a conference on the computer. Speaking of computer, there are requirements. You do need a landline phone. It can't be dial up. It can't be a cell phone. You do need a desktop. I mean, I think that you may be able to make it with a laptop, but I would not encourage it. You're usually flipping between screens, and you have a lot of this going on, and sometimes this mouse pad, it don't work for you that good when you're trying to hurry up and click like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time. So I suggest using a desktop computer. You do need the internet. You can't be using Wi. I mean, you can use Wi-Fi, but you can't use like the little hotspots that they have, or of course, using your phone, that's a hotspot too. No dial up. Um, those are like the basic requirements. Now, there will be, when you get the job, there will be like a test that they give you to run everything on your computer to make sure that it is up to par with their standards. Um, but yes, once I got hired, it was a 5-day training. I don't know if all the campaigns are 5-day training, but it was a 5-day training. I got all the information I needed. I was able to ask all the questions I needed. I was able to call. I was able to chat. Like, okay, so once the campaign got started, I got a call saying, let's pick your schedule. She worked with me and helped me with the schedule that would work for me. There was no complaints on her end, like, because I have a lot going on. I have 3 kids, like, I have a lot going on. So I was like trying to pick a schedule to work with my 3 kids, my other job, and my school schedule. So she was very, very, very understanding. Once you get hired, it's kind of different. I've worked in call centers. I've been the receptionist of a call center, the HR assistant at a call center. I've been in the call center on the phone. I've done sales. I've done customer service, and I can say that for it to be at home, I do feel like I have the help. Like, I don't feel like I'm at home by myself. Like, what am I doing right now? Like, I'm able to chat in and say, hey, this is going on. I need help. Or I'm able to call even, hey, this is what's going on. I need help. If it's anything, my payroll, a customer on the phone, technical issues, personal issues, like, if I have to call in anything, I'm able to call in about anything. It's not like I'm just stranded at home by myself. It is a virtual office, but you are able to contact anyone that you need, or chat or email anyone that you need. For the campaign that I work on, I actually built a pretty good relationship with my supervisor, even though I've never met her. I feel like, I know her, she knows me. Like, we call, she talks to me, we understand one another. It's pretty much a legitimate job. You're able to kind of flex your hours a little bit if you need to. Um, we'll work around it. We kind of hit a busy season here. for the campaign that I'm working for, and school started at the same time, and we had some mandatory days that we had to, like complete a certain amount of hours. It'll tell you in the email, like, hey, we need you to work Tuesday. You have to work at least 3 hours on Tuesdays. So on the, before you actually get the job, in the description email explaining, that they're hiring, it'll tell you those things. And what happened was school started, of course, and one of my mandatory days was the first day of school. So I was like, what am I going to do? It's mandatory. But they worked with me. I was able to do like a split shift, like do these 2 hours here, do these 2 hours here, do these 4 hours here, do another two here. People post schedules, like if you need to pick up hours and you have agents that need off, you can pick up their hours. You can check the schedule board kind of all day and pick up 30-minute increments of work, which is great for me. Like on days that I don't have the children in daycare and they go take a nap, I'm like, I can go get some hours in real quick. It has to be a quiet environment. You can't have your kids just running around in the background. You can't have your baby screaming in the background. That is something a lot of people think that, oh, I work at home, I'll be good. Like, you may need to find a daycare. I mean, unless you have quiet kids or unless you can, work that out. I wouldn't just suggest having your kids running around. Trying to think, I have a couple of family members and a couple of friends that I've put on to it, and they love it as well. I have to check back with a few of them and see how they're doing. But overall, I've had a great experience. I can't think of anything that's bad. You get QA'd on your calls. They listen to your calls. You have your supervisor listening. Sometimes you have the actual QA department listening to, it's not just easy peasy. You're at home, do what you want to do. You do have to focus. They do have procedures and guidelines and call flows. If you ever worked at a call center, you know kind of what I'm talking about. I haven't had any sales experience with Alorica, so I'm not able to comment on that. But they offer, I think they offer anywhere between minimum wage and $13, I think. I'm in Texas, so that's wages in my state. I know minimum wage in Texas, I think is, I don't know. I think it's like 7.25, 7.45, but the training was minimum wage, but it was 5 days. So I mean, if you need a job or if you're just wanting something on the side, that's what I'm doing. I'm just supplementing income, getting money in, those few cracks when I'm not doing anything. It's a really, really great opportunity. Of course, they're not just for supplemental. They have full-time positions. They're a great company. They're a great company. I look forward to staying with them. You have the opportunity to withdraw from a campaign. Like right now, if I'm working for a cable campaign and I'm like, okay, this isn't working for me anymore, I need something else, or you can withdraw from that contract, stay employed with Alorica, and just wait for another opportunity. Now, I'm not saying every time you get in a spot and you're like, okay, let me just quit. I'll be back later. It's not like that at all. It is, hey, I'm going to talk to my manager and tell her what's going on. And she's going to keep me on the recruitment list and remove me from the campaign I'm on. So you're not going to be getting paid when you're not on that campaign, and you're not getting any benefits or anything. You'll be actually having to quit and start over. There's no unemployment. There's none of that. That's you actually making a choice to switch or wait for another opportunity to come. I'm not saying that that's a good idea, but it is possible to say this isn't working for me. Like sales, everyone can't sell. I'm personally not a good seller. When someone tells me no, no, I'm not going to keep asking. So sales is not for me. And if I was on a selling campaign and it just wasn't working for me, I'm not getting the stats. I'm not getting, I'm not making any progress. It's okay to say, hey, this is not for me, but I will try something else. But it's not to say, this not working, I'm going to try something else. Oh, that's not working, I'm going to try something else. It's like, They're it's a pretty good company. It's legit. I haven't had any issues, not with a check, not with, I mean, that was my biggest concern. Like, are they gonna pay me? Like, are they just gonna get my bank account information? I'm never gonna hear from them again? Or, they have my social, my all of my information, but it is legit. It is legit. I encourage you that if you need to supplement your income, or you're looking to work at home as a call center or call home representative, I do suggest doing your research on Alorica. They're a great company. I have no complaints, and I am satisfied. I'm really excited because I'm about to graduate here in May. And then continue with school at an actual university, and I get to take my job with me when I move, because I can't stay where I'm staying anymore to go to another school. So I'm really excited about being able to say, hey, I'm gonna move, and I work at home, so I'll just take these days off, get them approved for me to move and get my office set up at my new place, and here's my job. I still have it. Same thing, no new training, no new people. Like, I mean, even though it's just to supplement my income, like, that is a step forward for me to not be able to just say, hey, I'm broke right now, I need to go find another job, or me travel to that city because it's 3 hours away, for me to travel and look for jobs and go on interviews and then drive back home. And I have 3 kids. That's a little step ahead for me to say, okay, I still have this income while I am moving. I don't have to start over. But that's just me babbling about my personal life. I just wanted to let you know that Alorica, it's legit. You should try it. And I don't really do reviews often. If I do, of course I'll post them. But I hope you guys have a great day. Check them out.